Son, where'd you find this?
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range. Shoot my shot with perfect aim. 3rd degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same. Paid the cost and kept the change. Now I'm walking Hall of Fame. And I reside in the cloud. Grand wishes with these bitches. Taking pictures with the crowd, and I'm out.
Hold on. What up? Talk to me. Peace and blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this the way I want it. I hope all is well with the good people. Shout outs to my writers, poets, content creators, all in between. It's like share, repost, let the people know that we on. You see the title. Yeah, we gotta get some stuff off. I gotta get some stuff off my chest, man. This is foul. This is 100% foul. Matter of fact, before I even play the clip and I get into talking, I gotta give this brother a moment of silence. I definitely gotta do that before we go any further. This is in honor, and this is my way of paying respects to this young man who lost his life and didn't get the justice that he was supposed to get. They failed him. They 100% failed him. Moment of silence. "14 years old. You lost your life at 14 years old. And the justice system did absolutely nothing to right their wrongs. They spit in your face. They spit in your family's face. They spit in every Black man and woman with child, blue collar, They basically said, you know what? My hands are tied. Even though it's clear as day, they had who they were supposed to put behind bars and hold responsible. They just told the entire country exactly how they feel. Again, what am I talking about? I got a clip for y'all. I'm gonna let her get her bars off. I want y'all to do me a solid. If this moves you in any way, if this bothers you in any way, triggers you in any way, if you have a heart, make your voice heard. Share this out. Hype the video. Hit the thumbs up. Forget about politics. Forget about the number game. It's time to make your feelings matter. So I'm gonna let her get her balls off and we're gonna chop it up.
This was his third shooting. The jury didn't get to know that, but I'm going to make sure that you know about the two previous shootings before Rick Chow was found not guilty for taking the life of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton. 2015, a woman stole beer and peanuts. Chow says that she then threatened his life and then she got in a vehicle, so he shot at that vehicle 6 times. Now, thank goodness no one was hurt, but Chow was not charged. Investigators called it self-defense. The second time was in 2018. A man stole oven cleaner. Chow says that man then assaulted him, so he shot him twice. No charges. Self-defense. The man who stole the oven cleaner, though, he was charged in connection with that case. And then we get to 2023. That's when 14-year-old Cyrus went into a convenience store owned by Rick Chow. Chow said that he stole water. Surveillance video showed that he did not. Cyrus ran from that store, and he ran so hard during the 130-yard chase where Rick Chow was chasing him with a weapon and with his son. Cyrus, this child, ran so fast that he ran out of one of his shoes and his belongings fell out of his pocket, including a weapon. And then he was shot in the back as he was running away. Chow and his son said that Cyrus pointed that weapon at them and that's why Chow fired. But they're the only people who say that. The other witnesses say they never saw anything in Cyrus's hand. And according to the prosecution's experts, Cyrus was shot in the back while he was running away. So how would he have been pointing a weapon that was on the ground that had fallen out of his pocket as he ran for his life? And a lot of people want to say, well, a 14-year-old had a weapon. That's the end of the story. Not guilty for Chow. Having a weapon, no matter what age, does not automatically mean someone gets to take your life. Is it a-okay hunky-dory that a 14-year-old had a weapon? No, but that is not the end of this case. I personally do not believe that he was pointing it at Chow or his son. I believe the witnesses that were there that didn't have a relative on the line for going to prison for this. Other people want to say, well, he may have put the water down, but he planned to steal. Planning to steal or even stealing should not be a death sentence. If he stole a bottle of water, which he did not, but even if he did, call the police. Put up a sign that says this kid stole a bottle of water, a basic necessity of life, and he's no longer allowed in this store. If a woman steals beer and peanuts, call the police. Put up a sign that says this woman stole beer and peanuts. She's not allowed in this store. If a man steals oven cleaner, put up a sign. Call the police. None of those things should be death sentences. And the fact that people are online saying, well, he intended to steal. Well, he had a weapon. You think that means a 14-year-old child should have died? I hope you'll really think about that. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows about the two previous shootings. The jury did not, and I have to wonder if that would have changed their opinion. But of course, since they were self-defense and Chow wasn't charged, of course the jury didn't know about it. I wonder what they'll think about it when they find out. Rest in peace to Cyrus Carmack-Belton. Let me know if anything in this video changed your perspective at all.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I wasn't privy to the prior situations until this clip. But if I'm being honest with you, it wouldn't have mattered if I would have known about them prior to this or not. Everything about this story alone should have made everybody's skin bubble. Something inside of you should have been filled with such rage, such frustration, such fury that it got you off of your iPad, off of Instagram, off of your social media, and it should have made you want to take action. It should have humbled you. It should have changed your entire perspective of humanity and how we treat each other. This was murder, cold-blooded. There's no in-betweens. We're not going to try to play it like the little kid himself was a threat to you. We've talked about this on multiple occasions. A person who is running away from you is not a danger, not a risk to you. You gunned that 14-year-old down because he was black. He was a black kid, and you have an issue with this skin complexion, straight up. We're not about to sit up here and play this game and pretend like it was anything other than what it was. See, it's ignorance like Mr. Chow here. That's why the country is so fucked up and divided and filled with such hatred. Why people got so much delusion in their heart towards other people, other cultures. It's why people are so guarded. You can't fight ignorance with ignorance. And before I entertain it, you'll get blocked. You'll get muted. You won't get an ounce, an iota of my attention or my time, because I understand that you are operating from such a fucking low place in life that you can't afford to give up any more brain cells than you already have. Growing up in the neighborhood that I grew up in, I've been around foreigners all my life. Asians, Indians, folks from Afghanistan, all of them. And I've seen it all. You got the cool ones, and you got the ones who treat you like you ain't worth a damn. Don't worry about it. You good, bro. There ain't no big deal. I had a carry out a 24-hour store where they were cool as shit. They love chopping it up with you. But you have folks that would stare at you, watch you in the mirror on the cameras all the time, and treat you as like you was nobody. It's a unfortunate stereotype that has been passed down from house to house by other adults who didn't know any better. You came into this world being taught how to hate people, watching TV that taught you how to hate people, watching trolls teach you how to be trolls, watching this person and that person, teach you how to be naked, nude, be violent, be dismissive, be passive, be aggressive. Y'all didn't know any better. I don't have to have a doctorate or a fucking degree to know how to be kind to other human beings and treat them as I would want to be treated. You gunned that young boy down. Your family did exactly what I expected, which actually is another thing that I want to get into. The fact that this is universal, but we're going to stick to him specifically. We know you guilty. God knows you're guilty. The jury knows you're guilty. Everybody in that courtroom. The witnesses know you're guilty. Your family knows. And you're going to have to sleep with that for the rest of your life. All of you. You're not going to be able to avoid or escape that. They lied for you because that's your blood. And I'm going to say this flat out. I don't give a damn if this is family or not. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Then if your family is moving foul, you need to hold them accountable, just like you would want somebody to hold somebody accountable that did something to your peoples. It's no different. You want to pick and choose and make course decisions on when it's applicable to do something to somebody and harm someone, when it doesn't apply to you. But when the tables are turned, you want all the sympathy in the world. You want everybody to feel bad for you if you don't get out of here with that bullshit.
Cut it out.
You successfully manage to protect your people from spending the rest of their life behind bars. And a credit to you, that tradition, I'm going to tell you, is an unpopular opinion, but that tradition is one of the most destructive ideologies that has been imparted on humankind. When your cousins, your husbands, your wives, your daughters, your sons, they go out here, they beat the shit out their partner, they kill their partners, they shoot some innocent person, or they take a life or do something out here in the street to somebody that caused pain and misery, and you in turn hide them, clothe them, feed them. You ain't no different or better than the one that committed the actual crime. And I said it. Y'all know exactly what happened there. It's not even the fact that it's just how it was done. It's the fact that it continues to happen. "14 years old. Think about that for a second. How many of you really thought that you were going to live past the age of 14 or 21? Most of us are blessed to be here. There are folks that have been taken away way before they ever should have. A lot of pieces of shit right now still walk this planet that, quite frankly, if it was in the hands of humans to make the decision, they would no longer be here. A lot of us shouldn't be here, but here we are. I mean, murderers, child abusers, rapists, traffickers, 1/3 or 1/4 of the entire fucking government, extortionists, you name them. These niggas have done the worst of the worst, and they still get to walk around this motherfucker like ain't nothing happened. These niggas get to walk up and down our street and smile in our face and kill our communities and blow up our houses and turn the homes and everything into fucking useless properties, decrepit, what once was properties. They get to be free out here and live just joyful and cause the price to go up on everything. But you got a 14-year-old that's no longer here. You got babies that are no longer here. You got kids that's no longer here because of monsters like this. And y'all want to sit back and have excuses for protecting them. I feel like this is an assassination. I feel like a lot of these people are taking every opportunity that they possibly can to do some shit and get away with it because they know they can based on their complexion. Why are we here, people? We are here because on this side of the internet, the voiceless gets a voice. It has nothing to do with popularity. It has nothing to do with thumbs ups and thumbs downs. It has nothing to do with the algorithm. It has nothing to do with what side of the spectrum you're on. It's about the wrongdoings continuously get perpetuated, celebrated, and admonished at our expense because we are too ignorant to unify and would prefer to be split and separate when it's time for things to actually come together. Whole time, Mr. Rick Chow looks at you and thinks that you're disgusting, thinks that you're nobody, useless. Your voice don't matter. Your outcry doesn't matter. You know, I was watching the video on Instagram like an hour or two ago, and they out in Detroit, black men, women out in Detroit marching, rallying. I reposted. I had to. I thought that was some of the dopest shit. I absolutely loved it. I'm glad to see it. I wish I could see more of it. I wish I could see more black men and women coming together and not arguing about who had multiple dicks in them and all that shit. I would prefer you get into these spaces and you start to actually use the buttons that you press on a daily basis to highlight black businesses, to highlight black authors, writers, people who are making music that is positive and productive, that highlights the fuckery of these different ethnicities getting behind the scenes, hiding documented history of our excellence and our greatness. I wish there would be more of us doing things to support each other before it turns into a, oh man, I didn't know. I wish I would have known. If I would have known, then you don't have to wait till the last minute. And it's not really about a race thing, but it is because as much as y'all niggas scroll, you see the shit that's happening. You see people are talking about it. You know these folks exist. They live in your area, in your neighborhood, down the street. You probably work with a few of them. What are you doing? That's a fact, bro. That is a fact. He has not one. He had two priors. He had two priors. And in both situations, he shot at people. And it was over stupid shit. It wasn't like he was in a gunfight. Nobody was held at gunpoint. Nobody was in danger, per se. It was you shot at these people because of what? Fucking oven cleaner, my nigga? Oven cleaner, and like the other one was some stupid shit as well. Y'all niggas really be like, you really that wound up over condiments? Nah, it ain't about condiments. It ain't. It never was. This is about the fact that in your mind, it's like, man, I'm getting tired of these niggas coming in here. I don't want these niggas in here. I want the white people in here. I want the foreigners in here. I want my people in here. I'm tired of these niggas coming in my store. That's how you really feel. That's what you really think of us. You probably don't even want to sell to us. Guess what? I don't want to buy from you. I don't trust you. I'm at the point right now where I don't want to support foreigner nothing. If you're not in my circle, I don't really want to fuck with it. I need to see more black businesses. I need more of it. And we need to support more black businesses, podcasts, restaurants, grocery stores, carryouts. There's one right now fighting for their shit. It's called like it's like the opposite of DoorDash. DoorDash don't want them to use Dash in their shit. It's a black owned company. It's just like DoorDash, just the first part of the title is something else. They don't even want them to use that shit. I'm not putting another dime in none of these people's pockets. Y'all niggas is tripping. They tolerate us. They tolerate you. They if they had it their way, we wouldn't even be here. They would ship our ass right back to wherever the hell they could use us on the fucking plantation, my nigga. It's not all of them, but it's a large majority of them. Like him. They don't really fuck with us. They laugh at us every time we purchase from them. They talk in foreign language. They say all type of disrespect to you. But y'all keep on putting money in their pocket. 14 years old. My man, 14 years old. And he gone. He's supposed to be here right now, today. Doing something that he loved. Becoming something. Figuring out life. Figuring out what he wants to be as an adult. Sharing in this fucked up experience of being on this planet where they basically are raping us every single day, charging us an arm and a leg to survive on this planet. He's supposed to be here with us today, drinking water, playing basketball, hanging out with his uncles or somebody. He's not supposed to be in the ground right now at 14 years old, while this motherfucker right here is just doing whatever he wants out here with his family. He still gets to keep his store. He still gets to go out here and do the shit. How the hell do you have two priors already and you're known for shooting at people for stupid shit? That doesn't get admitted into evidence at trial. But even with all that being said, you got witnesses that say he didn't have a man. Hold up. play this shit one more time, man.
This was his third shooting. The jury didn't get to know that, but I'm going to make sure that you know about the 2 previous shootings before Rick Chow was found not guilty for taking the life of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton. 2015, a woman stole beer and peanuts. Chow says that she then threatened his life and then she got in a vehicle, so he shot at that vehicle 6 times. Now, thank goodness no one was hurt, but Chow was not charged.
Got in the car, was going to leave. You decided to go after the woman and shoot at the woman. That sound like somebody stable? Do that sound like somebody who has a rational mind, or somebody that's trigger happy, that's looking for reasons to do bodily harm to somebody? That's just one. Beer and fucking peanuts. You get into it over beer and peanuts. You know how them scenarios sound like overly ridiculous. It's like, how the fuck do people get into arguments over some of the stupidest shit in the world? But then you realize, like, when people get into arguments about things like that, it's usually because somebody has a smart ass mouth. Somebody is always doing extra. You can't just be kind, courteous, and decline an offer, or be like respectful in which how you talk to a person. People be having to go extra and be overly aggressive and say shit that be smart out their mouth, and you don't know your audience. You can't talk to people that way. You shouldn't anyway, but that's how that shit really be started. Hold up.
Investigators called it self-defense. The second time was in 2018. A man stole oven cleaner. Chow says that man then assaulted him, so he shot him twice. No charges. Self-defense. The man who stole the oven cleaner, though, he was charged in connection with that case.
So let me get this straight. Hold up. You telling me, right? This man stole oven cleaner, put pause on you, and then you proceeded to unholster a weapon and shoot the person. Someone tell me, help me out. Can you shoot somebody if they whoop your ass? Like, if you get into a one-on-one with somebody or a scuffle, there's no weapons involved, there's no nothing. The man is a man-to-man situation, and he maybe gets the best of you, hypothetically speaking, or he assaults you, and he, do you have the right to then pull a weapon out and then shoot this person because he put hands on you? Of course, we're talking about a situation where you're the store owner, the person coming there, you don't like the fact that they ran out with your stuff. You trying to, first of all, y'all be doing way too much with that shit, man. You got cameras all in there. Let's put this out there. You got cameras. All should be functional. Let your cameras do their job. You are not RoboCop. You are not Captain Planet, my nigga. You let the cameras do what they are supposed to do. Why are you paying all that money for that shit if you're not going to utilize it? Use the cameras. Call the police. I'm not about to fucking chase down nobody over no fucking peanuts and beer or no damn fabric softener or some fucking annihilators. I'm not. You want to steal? Go ahead. But guess what? I got you on camera. The police will be talking to you. And if they don't want to do their job, I will make sure they pay for their negligence. So he shoots at two people over some stupid shit. The woman was leaving. He followed her to the car and shot into her car. This dude allegedly assaulted him. So the only way he knew how to defend himself was to shoot the dude. Now I'm wondering what complexion they both were. But I digress.
And then we get to 2023. That's when 14-year-old Cyrus went into a convenience store owned by Rick Chow. Chow said that he stole water. Surveillance video showed that he did not. Cyrus ran from that store, and he ran so hard during the 130-yard chase where Rick Chow was chasing him with a weapon and with his son. Cyrus, this child, ran so fast that he ran out of one of his shoes and his belongings fell out of his pocket, including a weapon. And then he was shot in the back as he was running away. Chow and his son said that Cyrus pointed that weapon at them, and that's why Chow fired. But they're the only people who say that. The other witnesses say they never saw anything in Cyrus's hand. And according to the prosecution's experts, Cyrus was shot in the back while he was running away. So how would he have been pointing a weapon that was on the ground that had fallen out of his pocket as he ran for his life?
Please enlighten me, indulge me, judge, prosecution, jury, everybody that was a witness to this. Help me to understand how this was self-defense. You ran after him. He was so scared for his life that he left one of his shoes behind. You got to be running pretty fucking fast. Shit came out his pockets and everything. You and your son went after him. This must have been like Christmas for you. Oh shit, I got an opportunity to do some illegal shit. Hell yeah. Yeah. Wee-hoo! Ride 'em, cowboy. We about to kill us a nigga. Yeah, we about to kill this nigga. We about to fry his ass. We gonna rotisserie gold this nigga right here. Yeah, you one of them. And y'all, all you can tell me is what? I guess his life is just expendable. It really don't mean nothing to nobody, huh? You wasn't considering his family, huh? His friends, his future plans. None of that was on the table for you. Everything about this whole situation says you went with the intentions of terminating that man, and you did exactly what you set out to do. Oh, I'm angry. I'm super angry, super pissed. But you go into Mr. Chow's store every day and buy your chicken, your fried rice, your condoms and your cigars and your cigarillos. You go into Mr. Chow's store every single day and high five them and get your scratch offs and all that shit. But he's been doing this to us since forever, getting away with it. Right. Make it make sense to me. Someone help me to understand it. I will never understand it.
And a lot of people want to say, well, a 14-year-old had a weapon. That's the end of the story. Not guilty for Chow. Having a weapon, no matter what age, does not automatically mean someone gets to take your life. Is it a-okay hunky-dory that a 14-year-old had a weapon? No, but that is not the end of this case. I personally do not believe that he was pointing it at Chow or his son. I believe the witnesses that were there that didn't have a relative on the line for going to prison for this. Other people want to say, well, he may have put the water down, but he planned to steal. Planning to steal or even stealing should not be a death sentence. If he stole a bottle of water, which he did not, but even if he did, call the police. Put up a sign that says this kid stole a bottle of water, a basic necessity of life, and he's no longer allowed in this store.
Exactly. They do this shit all the time. Every fucking corner store that I've ever been in. You know what I'm talking about. You go on them. They got the fucking pictures right there in the bulletproof window glass. Timestamps and everything. Especially in liquor stores. The folks that can't return ever again. They done stole this. They done used counterfeit money for this. You've seen it. I know I've seen it way more than I can count. Don't know why people be on that, but it's not worth what you did, bro. What you did is unconscionable. Your naivete is going to breed more spiritual harm than it's going to actually cultivate anything else. What you managed to do was finesse a system that was flawed from the jump. All right. Most of us have finessed the system in some type of way to get ahead, to get extra hours on the clock, to get out of doing extra work, to get brownie points from a bitch that we like. We done all finesse the system in some type of way, but that karmatic energy that you cultivate in the process does not even, it doesn't equal up. It can never equal up. What you've ultimately done is going to brandish you harsher than anything that the judge could have ever done. You just don't realize that. And see, I'm pissed off and I'm angry about it, and I would hope that a lot of people feel the same way. But as angry and disappointed as I am in the system, I understand that it's just that. It's not perfect. It never was. It never will be. There is no course correction that's going to come from human beings that's going to be efficient enough to restore balance to how foul everything has been. All we can really do is pray that when things finally come to a head, we are on the right side of the law. You smirking and smiling on the inside, you feel as if you got a victory because you got out on this worldly system. You beat the game. All of that hatred and all that mess that you got in your heart towards people, you don't really even have a real rational reason to be hateful towards anybody specifically, other than the fact that somebody taught you to be like that. But guess what? All that you got going on, you ain't no different or more special than me or the next person, my nigga. You're gonna have to answer for all of it just like the rest of us, and it might be harsher on you. It's definitely going to be harsher on you because you think and you got it in your heart that you're going to just go back to a normal life. Probably feel like you did a service to a specific community of people who feel the same exact way that you do towards black people. You probably got phone calls and all types of shit from various people saying, thank you. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you killed that nigga. I'm glad you did it. They all gonna have to pay for their part in this too. Even the conversations that you have with these folks. You cannot mock God and think that you're just gonna walk scot-free at all. So as far as I'm concerned, between us continuously supporting you, which needs to stop, you will eventually have to answer for all of your wrongdoings, brother, especially if you don't have a repenting heart. It's one thing to feel guilty. Like, I can understand if you felt remorse or there was an indication that there was remorse for this, but there's no evidence of it. You ran him down and shot him down. Knowing in your heart that what you really wanted to get out of the situation is completely contrary to your lawyer and everybody's decision in this situation. Your heart spoke what you executed. They did their job. Their job was to make sure that you didn't see a prison cell. You spent a nice chunk of change to walk off. You spent a nice chunk of change to avoid accountability. It's deeper than your ignorance. It's deeper than your hatred towards a black kid. Your heart is fucked up. You desired murder. You desired to take the life of someone. That's not something that you can articulate in the visible eye. That is not something that they understood or could comprehend. The judge couldn't grasp it. The people couldn't grasp it for whatever reason. Whatever they blinded, I don't know. What you got in your heart didn't allow you to feel any type of empathy or sadness or nothing for this shit. You just said in your heart, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make sure on top of that, I'm going to do everything within my power to stay out of jail because I feel privileged. I feel like hey, and I'm a smirking, laughing all y'all face. That's why I said at the beginning of the stream, you ain't just disrespect me, you disrespected the family, you disrespected the judicial system, the judges disrespected the the judicial system. The jury did, the prosecution did, everybody who was involved in making sure that that dude walked away. You disrespected the judicial system. You failed. You failed to do your job. Why are we paying you? Why am I paying you to do this? What's the purpose? Why am I standing before you as a plaintiff trying to get justice when I know damn well that your heart ain't even right? Your heart is just as fucked up as his is. It's like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? It is what it is, man. All right. I don't want to be controlled media. I don't want to be controlled media. You don't deserve my anger or my frustration. What you really truly deserve, I can't give that to you. The best thing I can do is pray about it, take my petitions to the one who is perfect in this, withdraw all of my contributions to you and anyone like you. That is the best way for my voice to make any type of noise in this chaos. That's what, and I'm a matter of fact, let me put that up there on the biggie real quick. I want you to take a nice look at that right there. And I want you to think about that one when you go back to your regular routine. That is what it's about right there. So, how do they accomplish it? Look around you. That's your answer. That is your answer. If we really, really wanted to make something happen, all we had to do was be a collective. From Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to YouTube, all we had to do was subscribe, repost, share. Make your voice matter. Make your voice matter. Stop saying that you're angry and upset about shit and make your voice matter. They doing it out in Detroit. I see it. I'm literally proud of myself. Proud to see that Black people can do things other than shoot each other and blame everybody else for their lack of participation in fixing the problem that they're complaining about. 14 years old, 14. Wouldn't you be pissed? I mean, if this was you in this situation and you got the verdict, your son, your nephew, your cousin ain't getting the justice that they deserve here on this plane because some bullshit legal precedences prohibited any justice from being partaken of presently, I would be upset. And I've seen these men jumping over the fucking what's the name to attack their murderers, the people that killed their moms and their wives and all type of shit. People really be pissed, and rightfully so. In this case, they just letting them off scot-free. Hey, well, shit. I'm gonna play the rest of this, and I'm gonna share my last little bit of thoughts on this, man. My thoughts and prayers up again for Cyrus, because y'all really, really disrespectful as fuck. and very, very arrogant about blatantly doing this to us and being smug about getting away with it.
If a woman steals beer and peanuts, call the police. Put up a sign that says this woman stole beer and peanuts. She's not allowed in this store. If a man steals oven cleaner, put up a sign, call the police. None of those things should be death sentences. And the fact that people are online saying, well, he intended to steal, well, he had a weapon. You think that means a 14-year-old child should have died? I hope you'll really think about that. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows about the 2 previous shootings. The jury did not, and I have to wonder if that would have changed their opinion. But of course, since they were self-defense and Chow wasn't charged, of course the jury didn't know about it. I wonder what they'll think about it when they find out. Rest in peace to Cyrus Carmack-Belton. Let me know if anything in this video changed your perspective at all.
What more can you really say? To be honest, to answer a question, I don't think they would have cared if they would have heard that information one way or another. To be honest with you, I think it would have been the same result, because we have a flawed system. And the only reason why the system is so flawed because humans are flawed. Humans are so fickle, they temporal. The way that they think is temporal. How many folks you know got morals and standards and they really stand on righteousness? There's not going to be a lot of them. And on top of that, you put people in positions of power like that. Oh, shit. You didn't catch the clip I did the other day. The judge, U.S. judge, getting her cheeks clapped in the court chambers at the courthouse, having an affair, having a whole affair with Atlanta, Georgia's chief officer. Clap, 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 clap. She loud as shit, screaming her ass off, getting her back blown out. A whole judge. What the hell are you doing having sex at work? Why are you having, as a judge, why are you having, like, I know niggas be doing it, but like a judge, you getting your cheeks clapped at work and she was loud as shit. It's not no it's it was that. So like when you know how fake people are, man, and how greedy people are, why would you put faith in much of anything anymore these days, especially in people who wear a badge and a robe? If he had the right judge and he was in the right situation, his ass would be going to jail. You know it and I know it. That's not what we got. And unfortunately, it's many, 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 many more stories like it. Exactly, getting played. All of it is a part of a bigger plan. Don't even realize it. But it is what it is. My heart go out to the family. the friends. I hope and pray that that young man is in a happier place. Because it's permanent. He can't come back. There's no rewriting. There's no what ifs. It's done. His chapter is closed. He gets to live on. But I guarantee you this. I'm gonna close out. This is his third offense. And they usually say 3 strikes, you're out. Mark my words. Because of the type of character he has and the type of heart he has, and this goes for him and everybody who helped facilitate him walking out of this, because of the type of character and the heart he has, he's going to do this again. Or he's going to attempt to. And if it isn't on the next occasion, it's going to be a scenario where his actions are going to fall on his loved ones. If it don't fall on him, it's going to fall on his loved ones. And then the roles are going to be reversed. But that's not even going to stop. It's not even going to be nowhere near close to what he has done to other people. He hasn't experienced anything yet. He don't know. And I'm not one to speak ill or pain on nobody. But when you move dirty like that, and you think, you're immune, heaven and hell ain't real, life ain't real, karma ain't real, angels and demons ain't real, that you reap what you sow ain't real, he's going to eventually run into somebody who is going to respond equally to how he was moving, or it's going to hit him, and it might not even be through shooting. It's going to be through something that's going to be like, yeah, I am that I am. It's going to be one of those I am that I am. You're going to know that this ain't have nothing to do with a human putting his hands on you at all. You're going to know that this is from the creator that moved on this, because true prayer warriors that's petitioning, he hears the cries, he hears the prayers, he saw what happened, he knows you. You probably want to pretend like he don't see it and he don't know. He know, and if you ain't repent and it's all good. But stop putting money in these people's pockets, man. Stop putting money in their pocket. Stop supporting their content. Stop supporting their businesses. Start pouring back into the Black community. Start giving your time to the Black community, man. Period. It don't even have to be me. It could be anybody. The point is, you can't fight ignorance with ignorance. You can't fight hate with hate. You got to rise above it. You got to show that your intellectual prowess is far superior than their diminished spirituality. Stop moving like you are a 14, 15, 12-year-old. You are grown. We know better. We know what has to be done. Start being about that stuff and stop allowing these things to continue to happen over and over and over again. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Shout outs to everybody who pulled up to the stream. God bless your loved ones. you, your drive, your day at work, everything in between. Stop spreading hate. Let's start spreading positive messages. Let's start having more healthier conversations. Let's start being more proactive and holding people like that accountable. I see y'all tomorrow on the morning show. Lock in. Come hang out with your boy, me, Nat, and Brandon gonna be tapping in tomorrow. It's gonna be a goodie. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. Do me a solid before you go, if you don't mind. Hold on a minute.
What's the goddamn button?
Peace.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range. Shoot my shot with perfect aim. Third degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same. Paid the cost and kept the change. Now I'm walking Hall of Fame. And I reside in the cloud. Grand wishes with these bitches. Taking pictures with the crowd.